So, a huge problem that this world is facing today, especially young people, I mean, people that I work with, people that I meet all the time, is a lack of purpose, a lack of reason for being, a lack of direction, a lack of guidance. A lot of young men walking around here without fathers, a lot of young women walking around here without fathers, and people don't have a reason to live. And when this happens, it causes a lot of depression, confusion, feeling lost, resorting to drugs, hatred for the world, hatred for God. And people are just, you realize that no matter how much pleasure I chase, I'll always feel empty. No matter how many times I get high, I'll always feel empty, and I'll need to get high again and again and again. No matter how much sex I have, I'll need to have sex again and again and again. And I want different girls, and I want to do different things in different positions until we run out of positions. Then we got to try using objects and all types of crazy stuff, all because there's this emptiness inside of us and we're looking for the thing to fill it. But the interesting thing is, no matter how much you look to the left or to the right or behind or in front of you, you'll never find it on this earth. What God revealed to me is the Holy Spirit reveals your purpose to you in life. When you open your body up to the Holy Spirit, which is God, God enters you and he gives you a reason to live. Now, God did this for me. He gave me a reason to live. So all those things that I just described to you, I used to do those things. And now I don't do any of them. I was going to say most of them. I don't do any of them anymore. And it didn't come from me. It came from God, and it came from his messenger, the Holy Spirit. So now that I have the Holy Spirit, I have a reason for being. I have a reason to get out of bed. I have a reason to be sober, or a reason to be celibate, or a reason to be focused and productive and to work hard. That doesn't come from people. It doesn't come from books. It doesn't come from anything other than the presence of God dwelling within me. So now it's easy for me to do all the things that I used to want to do, like eat healthy, not be addicted to drugs, have high energy levels, cook for myself, clean up the house. Those things come from my relationship with God rather than from my own efforts, if that makes sense. So the question is, how do you actually apply this to your life? How do you actually get the Holy Spirit, get your actual purpose in life, and stick with it and not give up on it? Because a lot of people will tell you the first part, but they won't give you practical applications. So what I want to do is I want to tell you how to actually do it in real life and not it just be this weird vague thing. So the first step is to get alone and to call out to the Holy Spirit. So what I did is I was in my room. It's dark. I'm sitting there. And I close my eyes as if I'm going into a meditation. And I just say, Holy Spirit. And I just call out to the Holy Spirit. And I allow my thoughts to go away. I allow my own desires to go away. If my mind is racing, I just say, hey, I'll address those things in 10 minutes from now. But right now, I'm just going to call out to the Holy Spirit and see what happens. Okay, that's the first part. Second part is to allow him to take over your mind, body, and soul. Now, let me say this. God is not a man. God is not a woman. God is not a he, she. God is not a person. But for context, to understand it better, I'm going to say him. So allow him to take over your mind, your body, and your soul. The reason why it's easy for me to do this now is because I said I'm 24 years old. What that got me up to that point in life was me doing stuff on my own accord. Got me to living with my sister in a twin size bed with knockoff Bob the Builder blankets. And I used to walk around saying, I'm him, I'm him, I'm him. and I was 24, sleeping in my nephew's bed, a twin size bed with Bob the Builder blankets, bro. Knockoff Bob. They weren't even real Bob the Builder blankets. Crazy. That's what I got on my own accord in 7 years as an adult. So from the age of 18 to almost 25 years old. That's what I got myself. I got girls, sex, and drugs, but that's where I ended up at. So I said, I'm just going to surrender. I'm going to allow the Holy Spirit to take over my mind, body, and soul. What else? I didn't even have anything else to live for at that point. So I said, Holy Spirit. And I felt a change. And then the second thing is I allowed him to take over my mind, my body, and soul, which means my thoughts are not my thoughts. My thoughts are the Holy Spirit's thoughts. My body is no longer my body. It's the Holy Spirit's body. And Lord, just fill me with your spirit. Then the last step was allow him to dwell within, and he will make your path straight. So every single day, contact the Holy Spirit. And when you don't know what to do in life, call on to the Holy Spirit, and he will guide your thoughts and your paths. And we get off track as humans all the time. That's how I ended up in that situation. But to have a straight path in life, it's not by being smart. It's not by being intelligent. It's not by trying so hard to do everything. It's by God making your path straight. So every single day, renew your relationship with the Holy Spirit multiple times per day. He'll keep your path straight. All right. I hope I explained that plainly. I hope I explained that simply. That's my intentions, to make what God speaks to me. I want to deliver that to you in a very plain way. If that makes sense to you, let me know down in the comment section if you're going to try this, or if you've experienced trying to do things your own way and it's just not working. Like I said, I've had the Holy Spirit working in my life now for a few months, and what he did in the last few months I couldn't have done in the last 7 years of my life. So I hope that this works for you. It will work for you. I hope that you try it. That's it.